Hi everyone! Today we will be talking about interior angles of triangles. Please remember to write the FLT. Given that interior angles of a triangle sum to 180 degrees, I will be able to find missing angle measures. So today's topic is interior angles of triangles. First off, what are interior angles? An interior angle is an angle inside a shape. So here is an example of an interior angle of a triangle. Here is an interior angle of a quadrilateral. And here is an interior angle of a pentagon, which is a polygon with 5 sides. So an interior angle is any angle inside a shape. And for triangles, the interior angles sum to 180 degrees. So the interior angles of a triangle sum to 180 degrees. Here I have a triangle with 3 angles, angles 1, 2, and 3. The 3 angle measures sum to 180 degrees. That means the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180 degrees. So this is an important property to remember. The interior angles of a triangle sum to 180 degrees. Let's use that property to solve some examples. For example 1, we are going to find the measure of angle A. Here I have a triangle ABC, and I'm given the angle measures for angle B and angle C. But I have to find the missing angle measure of angle A. I know that the 3 interior angles must sum to 180 degrees. So the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. We're not sure what the measure of angle A is, and that's what we're going to solve for. But we know the measure of angle B is 64 degrees, and the measure of angle C is 70 degrees. And in total, this sums to 180 degrees. Again, we're given the measure of angle B as 64 degrees, this angle right here, and the measure of angle C is 70 degrees, this angle. Let's add 64 degrees and 70 degrees so that we can simplify this equation. So we're going to do 64 degrees plus 70 degrees. Measure of angle A stays there. 64 plus 70 is 134 degrees, equals 180 degrees. How do I solve for the measure of angle A from here? I'm going to subtract by 134 degrees on both sides. And since 134 degrees minus 134 degrees is 0, this cancels out. We're left with the measure of angle A equaling 180 minus 134, which is 46 degrees. So for this example, the measure of angle A is 46 degrees. We use the fact that the interior angles of a triangle sum to 180 degrees. Let's look at our next example. Here, I have triangle DEF, and we are going to find the measure of angle F. So I know that the 3 interior angles of a triangle will sum to 180 degrees. So the measure of angle D plus the measure of angle E plus the measure of angle F equals 180 degrees. I know that the measure of angle D is 107 degrees, and the measure of angle E is 42 degrees. The measure of angle F is still unknown, and this equals 180 degrees. So the measure of angle D is 107 degrees, and the measure of angle E is 42 degrees. To simplify this equation, let's add 107 degrees plus 42 degrees. Feel free to use a calculator. This is 149 degrees, and then we also have the plus the measure of angle F equals 180 degrees. To isolate the measure of angle F, we are going to subtract by 149 degrees on both sides. This cancels out, and we have that the measure of angle F equals 180 minus 149, which is 31 degrees. The measure of angle F equals 31 degrees. Let's look at one more example. Try walking through the example on your own, and then press play when you're done or if you need some extra help. Here, we're going to find the measure of angle Q of the triangle PQR. I know that the three interior angles will sum to 180 degrees. So the measure of angle P plus the measure of angle Q plus the measure of angle R equals 180 degrees. I know that the measure of angle P is 45 degrees. I don't know the measure of angle Q yet, but I do know the measure of angle R is 90 degrees. And we know this because there's a right angle. Again, the measure of angle P is 45 degrees. And we also know that the measure of angle R is 90 degrees. It's the right angle right here. To simplify this equation, let's add 45 degrees and 90 degrees. 45 plus 90 is 135. So we have the measure of angle Q plus 135 degrees equals 180 degrees. To isolate the measure of angle Q, we're going to subtract by 135 degrees on both sides. This will cancel out, and we're left with the measure of angle Q, which is 180 minus 135, so 45 degrees. The measure of angle Q is 45 degrees. In this example, we saw a right angle. Whenever you see a right angle, remember that it measures 90 degrees. So here's a quick review of today's lesson. An interior angle is an angle inside a shape. And the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Great job today, and please remember to submit your notes on Canvas. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about interior angles of general polygons.